If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Discussion. I'm late today because I was interrupted and I was living my life. And unfortunately, I couldn't send out a recorded podcast like I normally do every Friday. I try to at least dedicate to that schedule. And I did see the little slick remark from the person letting me know that I need a podcast script. Well, let me tell you, I do what I want here, and I don't need a podcast script because I don't follow scripts. It's too fake for me. Why would I want to be scripted? Why would I want to sound scripted? You know how annoying that is when you call customer service and you hear that same annoying, routine conversation? It just sounds so robotic and meaningless, you know? In the beginning, when you first hear it, yeah, it sounds so perfect, sounds like a good idea, so positive, so bubbly. But then you call customer service again after you got hung up on, and then you call customer service again after the phone gets disconnected, and then you call customer service again after you get transferred to the wrong place, and then you call customer service again after you request for a supervisor because the person is rude to you and cusses you out, and then you call customer service again because, you know what? Why call customer service? You know, it's like my whole thing is this. I am number one, and as number one, I go straight to the boss. And you know what? You may not ever be able to get to the boss because the boss is too busy. Because let me tell you, as a business owner, I'm not even an accomplished business owner. I have so much, so much work that I need to do. And I'm actually overwhelmed for the first time. Because, I like complicated tasks. And I like being overwhelmed because that keeps my mind going. If I'm doing something that's too simple, I get bored and then I start thinking. And then when I start thinking, then I start going into zombie mode. And then I'm not self-aware of the actions that I'm doing because they're so repetitive and I'm not able to engage with it. And it depends, because sometimes we can get creative and find ways to engage. But more likely than not, I'm not able to engage. And using my imagination is not a long-term solution for working a job. And if I didn't want to work a job anyway, you can literally lose your job just for not fitting in the culture. A complaint comes in, a lawsuit, they didn't do their business right and you suck, so everybody has to get laid off type situation, and your future's over. You invested all that time into that company and it's all gone. You're not going to get that time back. So, why not invest in yourself? That way, the work that you do, it's always going to mean something. It's always going to contribute, whether you get the time back or not. So that's my whole thing. And I don't need an army of lawyers to protect myself. So there's that. So what I would do instead of calling customer service, I would go to Better Business Bureau. And I know you guys don't like to do work, but if you want stuff done, go to Better Business Bureau, file a complaint, because you know what? The biggest thing that businesses hate, that they jump to, that they're so, trying to maintain the first scenario focus. Yeah, they'll lie to you and say customer service, but customer service is not the first thing that they're worried about. They're really worried about the feedback from the customer service. So essentially, Better Business Bureau is the feedback, but it's the biggest level of feedback that affects their ranking of their listing as a business. So what they do is they have these high tier, high level executive employees specifically to handle these type of complaints. So when you file a complaint with them, you're not getting some, jerk that's 16-year-old, their first job, or don't know how to respect or have a conversation or really have any value to contribute to the world at all. They're still trying to figure out their purpose. So why waste your time talking to them? Or like some person that's like being paid like $2 an hour, in another country and you can't really understand them. Why waste your time with them? Write that letter. You don't have to talk at all. Write that letter. It literally asks you questions. So all you have to do is answer questions. It's like 10 questions. And if you do it the same day, you won't forget the details. And they send you an email. And then they contact you. And then you get your problem resolved. And it's documented. And they make sure that you agree with the solution. And if they don't have a solution, they usually throw money at you. So that's another, benefit of it. You don't have to stress and like cuss somebody out and risk going to jail and like getting so angry and overworked over some idiot that's just gonna go home and like do nothing but play video games and like go back to work the next day and like play video games and like half do their job and like, still exist, but they'll eventually lose their job when that complaint comes around. They're not gonna ask that employee any questions. They're just gonna get rid of them, and then the job's over, and there's nothing they can do about it because they probably don't even know what's going on. So they're at a disadvantage. So sometimes someone just lost their job. It's unfortunate, but people need to be careful about how they treat their customers. Customers will really go out their way to take some serious action over an experience, related to the person that they discuss the experience with because they don't like the solution. So be careful. Customer service 101. Okay. So the next thing I want to say is that we talked about getting yourself organized. Oh man. So like I tried to like take my own advice and get myself organized, but I just can't figure it out. Like try to organize my so let's make this clear. Try organizing my apps. So like apps on my phone. I don't know how to organize it because it's like really confusing and so many options that you can organize by. I don't know what the best solution is. I know that like, I don't want to have too many pages on my phone because it's kind of annoying if you scroll through too many pages. I like the folders, but I want the folders that have like let me see, 3, 6, 9 apps in the folders. So I'm trying to like mix through it. And then some of these can probably have more than 9 apps. Like for example games. Like I'm probably gonna be okay with having 20 plus games in there. Like I'm probably not gonna go in there very often because I really don't play games. I kind of outgrew that. I really just And to be honest, like I really never really play games. I mostly just play games just to test out experiences in a safe environment because you can really do a lot of harm by doing some of the activities that you see in like video games in real life. So it's not a good idea. So like Grand Theft Auto, leave it in Grand Theft Auto, and like you know those online multiplayer games that we play, like the Korean games, Mabinagi, for example. Ooh, I love that game. But that game is a test of dedication because essentially you're completing some really complicated tasks in a routine basis. So it could be really exhausting and it's never ending. So that's all I want to say. So that'll be it. And tune in for a new episode next time. Thanks. Bye. Oh, and I just wanted to share like an overall update, just regarding Nature's Uprise, which is the business, the blog, the website, the discussion, all that stuff. So I haven't really been promoting it, and I haven't really been like trying to make money off of it because it's more important for me to create something that is useful, something that is going to have great value and quality. And the only reason why you can even see what I have available right now is because it's a free world, so whatever you do on the internet anyway, is you have no choice. Like the bots from Google are gonna be crawling all over it, so you can't hide your information anymore. So your ideas are basically free. So why even bother with copywriting? The soul that you publish on a WordPress blog, publish something on a website, that's almost the same as copywriting it, but it's not. There's too much money being wasted on manipulating lawyers to find creative ways to change the perspective and interpretation behind what copyright even means, which to me, like, copyright is not really important. It's like, who cares? Like, we're always gonna have ideas. Eventually, like, some of our ideas are gonna align with other ideas, and like, we're gonna have the same ideas as previous people. But we started documenting. We started documenting everything. So now that everything is documented, people are selfish. So they want to steal something that sounds good and make a profit because they feel desperate for money. And they do that, and they end up, you know, making money off ideas, which I think is retarded. So there we have it. But we're on every single social media platform. So every platform is going to have a different experience because it's really geared and intended for a specific audience, the users that it's actually based off of, not just the same for every single platform. We're like not really messing with Facebook because Facebook is like wasting our time, and I'm not gonna be working for free. So because I'm on your platform, better give me a check.